Hello there, Star Wars fans and collectors, and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Black Series, General Grievous from Tartakovsky's 2D Clone Wars. This is a repack and repaint of the Revenge of the Sith Grievous that came out a couple years ago, and the only difference between this one and that one is the uh, appearance of the figure and the slight repaint to the lightsaber hilts as well as a different colored cape. Obviously, this one has a white cape, and the lightsaber hilts that he comes with are plain metallic silver, and Grievous's body is more white and blue, and the other Grievous has comes with a red and gray cape. The lightsaber hilts are the same, but they have more detailing in terms of the hilt and the paint applications are applied um, to the hilts, and Grievous doesn't look as white and blue. He looks more, white and more gray, more like what he did in Revenge of the Sith. But yeah, I don't have that figure at the moment. But if I do, I'll review him and compare the two side by side, and just show you the difference between that one and this one, despite being the same figure. Now, before we take a look at the figure itself, let's take a look at the packaging that it comes in. The packaging is a recreation of the 2003 Clone Wars figure packaging, and the obvious difference between those ones and this one is that this one is bigger, given that these figures are 6 inch and the other figures are 3 3/4 inch. But they got all the specs down. We also got a nice 50th anniversary for Lucasfilm as a way to commemorate the anniversary, and the front is pretty much the same, and it's reminiscent to, again, it's reminiscent to the 2003 Clone Wars action figures from that time. The back is the same. I forgot to mention that I previously reviewed Mace Windu and the ARC Trooper from the 2D Clone Wars, and those figures were from the Black Series. So the packaging, is the same for them too. And so the back is the same. We'll get a picture of the character, the name of the character, the timeline, the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm. All the stuff in the bottom is the same. And the first paragraph is a description of the Clone Wars, not so much the character, and it's the same description that was on Mace's packaging and the ARC Troopers packaging. But for fun, I'll just read it to you guys. It says the Clone Wars are brought to life in a unique animation style that captures the drama of this epic period. Jedi warriors lead clone troopers into battle against the evil separatist forces. And yeah, I forgot to mention, there's also a Star Wars Clone Wars logo on top left right here. And yeah, and that is it for the packaging. And let's put this aside and take a look at the figure. So articulation that Grievous has is a ball joint at the head. Let me just check if he has a ball joint at the lower neck. No, he doesn't. Well, to me, I don't think he has. No. Okay, he doesn't have any movement in the bottom of the neck, but that's fine. He has hinge shoulders, hinge elbows for all of his elbows. He also has, let's see, a ball joint at the more the upper waist, I guess you can put it, or upper torso. He kind of has hinge hips, or maybe they just swivel. Well, actually, no, they're on hinge. So he has hinge hips, hinge knees, and he has hinge ankles. But that's it for Grievous in terms of articulation. Again, this is a very nice figure. I don't know if I said that earlier, but it's a nice figure nonetheless. And I do plan on getting that other Grievous, and I want to compare it side by side. Even though this is based on the Clone Wars Grievous with different paint applications, the overall sculpting and the mold that was used to make this figure is really, really nice. It looks just like Grievous from the film. Obviously, in the Clone Wars, he's more exaggerated in terms of looks, but that's fine. I guess this is to depict what a live-action Clone Wars Grievous would look like. I'm thankful Hasbro was getting creative with certain figures and certain characters, and hopefully they do more with that. And hopefully they release other figures in the line like Asajj Ventress. The 2D Clone Wars Asajj Ventress, where she's mostly black and white. I also hope they released maybe different versions of Obi-Wan and Anakin in their Clone Wars gear. I know there was a Walgreens exclusive that had Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars armor from the 2D Clone Wars, but it had the Revenge of the Sith haircut, and that show he wore that armor with the mullet. So they can always do a retool with that, or just swap heads and re-release it, and hopefully we get other figures in the line as well. But anyway, that's just some of my my suggestions, and before I call it a day, I really want them to make that Werewolf Jedi. I know they made one in the 30th anniversary collection back in 2007, but I want to see that in the 6-inch Black Series line of figures, especially with the Clone Wars, the little 2D Clone Wars way. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell icon, and I will see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your night. Bye.